With world attention focused on the Middle East and fears of further escalation between Iran with its nuclear program and nuclear-armed Israel, the rhetoric from North Korea's Kim Jong Un is getting less international attention. This week, he repeated a warning. If South Korea used armed forces against his country, North Korea would, without hesitation, use all its attack capabilities. And he said the use of nuclear weapons is not ruled out, though he later said, we have no intention of attacking South Korea. This week saw a massive annual military parade in South Korea, including a US bomber, where South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol vowed the end of the North Korean regime if it ever used a nuclear weapon. So, add the Korean Peninsula to the global list of problems in the next president's in-tray. The two candidates offering very different approaches.
I got along very well. North Korea, Kim Jong Un, I got along very well with him. He'd like to see me back, too. I think he misses me, if you want to know the truth.
I will not cozy up to tyrants and dictators like Kim Jong Un who are rooting for Trump.
Increasing the complexity, many burning international issues are interwoven. In Ukraine, it's now highly likely that North Korean soldiers are fighting for Russia, South Korea's defense minister says. Kim Jong Un wished President Putin a happy birthday this week, a friendship both sides have had reason to celebrate. During the Russian leader's visit in June, they signed a comprehensive strategic partnership. The US suspects that means sharing more weapons and perhaps even nuclear secrets.
We continue to be incredibly concerned by the expanding security relationship between North Korea and Russia, both for the support that North Korea continues to provide to Russia to prosecute its illegal war against Ukraine, and for the prospect of Russia assisting North Korea in ways that ultimately will be destabilizing to the Korean Peninsula.
Kim's confidence is growing. Last month, he was pictured visiting centrifuges that can produce fuel for nuclear bombs. Last year, he brought his daughter to inspect missiles.
This is my honor.
The years when Kim Jong Un was prepared to meet with President Trump and perhaps negotiate are a memory now. The next president may have to deal with a very different North Korea.
Tom, the relationship between President Putin and Kim Jong Un is not new. President Putin knew Kim Jong Un's father, Kim Jong-il. But the closeness between the two men and the two countries, that is increasingly unusual. U.S. intelligence estimates that North Korea shipped 16,000 crates of munitions to Russia in the past year. And Russia says it is helping North Korea with its space program. There are tensions, too, between China and North Korea, between China and Russia and Iran. That may be an opportunity for a future administration. Tom?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.